Happy Friday, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Just thought I would do a random Friday live stream out of the blue. I literally just got back from a jog. I haven't went running lately because I've kind of been under the weather. Those of you who have been kind of following my channel know that. And today I was like, I'm such like a routine person that if I get out of the routine, it just completely ruins everything. So most of the time, I'm feeling like, man, I need to go run. Like I need to, if I don't run, I feel off. It feels like something's missing from my evening. Now it's the opposite. Now that it's been like a week and a half of me kind of being under the weather and not running, now I'm like, I really don't want to run. So I have to get back into that routine. But so I just got back from a jog, and the wife is out with friends, and they're having like a play date with the kiddos. So I figured I've got some free time. What the hey? Let's do a random Friday night stream. And no one's here yet, so I'm going to give you guys a chance to join while I just kind of hang out. I've got some stuff that I want to talk with you guys about, so I want some people to be here before we get rocking and rolling. Let's see how long it takes people to join a random Friday night stream. You guys don't have anything going on, do you? Do you? All right, we're starting to see some people flood in. This is exciting, because today not only do we have 4 unboxings that I want to do, and I figured what better time to do it than on stream. I also have the brand new Bortnikoffs. I want to talk about the brand new Bortnikoffs, hence the title, a very Bortnikoff holiday. And I've got 3 of these, and I figure they're colognes. They're Bortnikoff colognes. I'll mention these again, but one is Cologne de Feu, which I might as well pull these up. Let's see. Cologne de Feu. Great name, by the way. Let's see what Old Parfumo says. Happy Friday, guys. Welcome. Welcome to the random Friday night live stream. A very Bortnikoff holiday season live stream. Cologne de Feu. These are brand spanking new. Fruity citrus. This is a fruity citrus fragrance, but it's a Bortnikoff, so hell, I want to smell it, And these were very kindly sent to me by my buddy Lee from Frangnanimous, so he gets a shout out. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that is his website. No, the glare is too much. It's frangnanimous.com, basically. Cologne Celeste. We've got Cologne Celeste, and that is a grapefruit, rosy beeswax, woody, piney oak moss fragrance. That sounds cool. And then finally we have Cologne de la Terre, Cologne de la Terre, Terre. Let's see what Cologne de Terre is. Cologne, kind of killing time to try to let some people join, but Cologne de la Terre, the final Bortnikoff. Synthetic citrus with green apple, saffron, pear, beeswax. All of these have this very interesting Litsea cubiba note, which is kind of I always think of Litsea cubiba as a cheat note, because it's a note that is used to extend the life of citrus perfumes. And, you see Roja use it a lot. I think he uses it in his vetiver. What's happening, Enrique? Thanks for joining, man. Today we're going to have, basically, for those of you who are here, we're going to have unboxings, 4 of them. I've been on a little bit of a binge lately. And we're going to do early impressions of these brand new Bortnikoffs, these 2022 Bortnikoff cologne. He released a trio of colognes. Cologne de la Terre, Cologne Celeste, and Cologne de Feu, which I really like that name, Cologne de Feu. So drop your scent of the day in the comments. I wore and actually did a video. Welcome, Jonathan. Welcome to a random Friday night live stream. This is how I like to do my streams, just completely off the cuff. Today I wore Tiziana Terenzi Ursa. Man, the light is really reflective, it seems like today. But then again, the writing, the white writing against the or the orange writing against a white background kind of makes it tough. What do you guys think of Ursa? Are you familiar with it? Today is the first time I've given it a full wear, and I did kind of enjoy it. But then when I went for a run and my skin really like heated up, my body temperature heated up, I hated it. Like it was probably the worst time. I would definitely not wear that in the heat. Do not wear Tiziana Terenzi Ursa in the heat. I can tell you that. Yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. My throat's still a little bit sore, but I refuse to go to the doctor. I'm going to let my body kill this. That's my plan anyways. Russian tea by Mask Milano. Never smelled it. Hear great things about it, though. Actually, there's a bunch of Mask Milanos that I want to smell, but they are on the back burner. I do have a couple. I have a couple mill or two of a few of them I want to put on video, put my thoughts on video. Like, for example, I do have the much praised Latessa. Some people say it's the best iris fragrance around. So I'm going to do early impressions on those. Ooh, Musk Tonkin. Nice, Jonathan. Nice. Do you have the, just out of curiosity, which one do you have? Do you have the Eau de Parfum that in the big, tall bottle, or do you have the Extrait? This is the only one of all of my Parfum d'Empires I managed to score an Eau de Parfum bottle of, and I really like this. But I also really like the Extraits too, to be honest with you. So when I found out that Rich Mitch was interested in kind of sampling this brand, I told him it's one of the few brands you don't have to worry about reformulation on, and he was like, and I was like, no, it's true, man. I don't really like them either, to be honest with you. I don't think I would go spring for any full bottles of Tiziana Terenzi that I've sniffed so far. Oh, man, you're wearing my favorite sandalwood. What do you think of Santal Galore? Do you think it's as amazing as I do? I think it's a masterpiece sandalwood. It is like king sandalwood fragrance for me. I'd love a full bottle of that stuff. Well, we're starting to see some people trickle in, so let's start with the unboxings. Let's get these out of the way. Some people really like unboxings, and some people don't. So I figured, what the hell? Let us knock out 4 unboxings in one. Just order the Extrait along with Immortelle Course. Ooh, I've never smelled Immortelle Course, but honestly, man, everything from the brand is solid. Like, I've never smelled a Parfum d'Empire fragrance that I thought was bad. And I think that they really punch above their weight class. Like, I feel like you can find them for $100, $150, but they smell like $300, $400, $500 fragrances, in my opinion. Nice. Yeah, very nice, Jonathan. Let me know what you think of that Immortelle Course. There's a couple Parfum d'Empires that use the note of Immortelle. Really nice. He obviously is a fan of that note. One of them is if you're Tabac Taboo. So if you're into the Immortelle note, which I know you are, and you're just kind of getting into the brand, this Tabac Taboo is definitely worth hunting down. It's like a tobacco Immortelle honey. It's amazing, man. For this time of year, it's so good. It's like this spicy, florally, there's a grass accord, not a vetiver accord, but a wild grass accord. Oh, very nice, Cam. My favorite fragrance of all time. You get a bow, sir. Amazing. Okay. So, well, this lady's going to get a shout out on stream because this is a pretty cool gesture. She has an eBay shop in the shop is Zabel Beauty. Let's see if I can hold this up where you guys can see it. But this is where I ordered my Amouage samples from. And look at this. This is what we got. What do you think it is? It's a lot of samples is what it is. About $110 worth of samples. Yes, tobacco oud. Cheers to you, my friend. Man, I'm so glad to have a bottle of that. And I happened to find an older bottle, and it was on Mercari, and I was kind of worried because I've heard a bunch of bad things about Mercari lately, and I was like, Tom Ford used, it was like a halfway full bottle. What's happening, Kevin? Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. So it was a halfway used bottle of tobacco oud, and I was like, but I actually had a subscriber point it out to me, and he was like, man, everything looks legit on it. Like, if you're looking for it, I would, spring for it. And I was like, screw it, I will. Nice, Terry. MCM Success. I'm in love with that fragrance, by the way. It drastically climbed up in my honey loves. I've been really enjoying it. I need to give it a full wear very soon. It's getting to that perfect time of year weather-wise, but Texas is so up and down. Yesterday was in the 30s. Today it almost hit 70. I mean, it's just like it can't make its mind up. It's in the 60s when I went to go run today, and it was just perfect. I love that weather. We're all slowly becoming like Rich. All right, so what do you guys think this Amouage is? Which Amouage did I go crazy for? I couldn't find a bottle is what happened. And I told this story on the video today because what was I talking about? I did an unboxing. Oh, yes, I unboxed Opus 5 on my previous video from Max Aroma. And so here, allow me to just grab some of the bottles here. So I've started to collect some of these older opuses before they kind of go away because I can tell they're putting them in the new bottles. And you know what makes me very suspect? Let me know if I'm just being kind of too nitpicky or maybe a little bit crazy in my old age. But, this Opus 5 right here, and my Amouage seal fell off. But this Opus 5 retail, when it came out, whatever it was, when did Opus 5 come out? Let's do this right. Let's do this right. Let's keep the historical facts correct for posterity's sake. Opus 5. Okay, so when Opus 5 came out, here it is. 2011. Came out in 2011. It was $405 retail. Okay. 2022, with all of the inflation, Amouage sticks it in the new bottle that looks like this. Their new packaging, right? Their new bottles that basically look like this, right? Tell me if I'm going crazy here, okay? The new packaging, this is silver oud, but they stick these older versions, right? Opus 5, in the new packaging for $360. Same juice. They didn't cut the juice. 100 ml. Okay, tell me if that doesn't send alarm bells off in your little brain. How, with all of the inflation, are they cutting the cost and keeping the juice the same? I don't know, man. I got a little bit nervous and I said, screw it. I'm going to take this opportunity to stock up on these older Opus bottles. So I unboxed Opus 5 today. The reason I was telling that story is this is a shitload of samples of the vintage juice from Opus 7. Rich, welcome, my friend. Ram Duck, official meeting. The success is amazing, Jonathan. It is full bottle worthy. Get it while you can. I think Anuj might have some. At least he found me a bottle. And either get Success or get Tacoma Gatsby would be my recommendation. So this is a shitload of official samples of Opus 7. And the reason that I really, really wanted this, well, number one, it's a leather, and I've been really putting off buying this. I've been I have not been being pragmatic, let's put it that way. And man, I can smell this from here. I haven't even opened it. My God. Come on, baby. Come on, get out of your home. Don't be like that. Don't be shy for the camera. I'm going to rip this. There we go. Okay, so Opus 7. I got 36 mil and 2 mil. I couldn't find a 100 mil bottle at a good price. And this lady sold me 36 mils of this stuff in the vintage. And you can tell, by the way, the new Opus, samples don't look like this. They have the new Amouage logo, which, damn, what's going on with this light? Is it too strong? Hang on, let me lower this. So they have the new Amouage logo, which looks like this. I will show you in just a moment. So the new Amouage logo. So here's the old one. Okay. Come on, light. Stop screwing with me. Here's the old one. And here's the new one. And I'm telling you, there are differences. You can tell. See how it's written there? The new samples are much more clean. They look more plain. They don't have this like texture to them, and they don't have this on the end, I don't believe. You'll be able to tell the difference. But I just decided, you know what? Instead of paying $4.80 for a full 100 ml bottle, I'm going to pay $110 shipped for 36 mils of these little samples, because screw it. Yes, the RAM will not say like the stream, but do like the stream. Ram Duck official meeting. Man, I didn't grab my Bortnikoffs, but I've got, I don't know how many I have, but I have a lot. I love the brand. I have all the ones you listed there, except Vetiver Nocturnal. I've never smelled that one. That's on my to sniff list. So Ramsey has some damn Amouage samples of Opus 7 to go through. So that's exciting stuff. So let me put this aside. I'm glad they arrived safe. And I figured for 36 mils, value for juice is actually pretty good. Mil for mil, I'm happy with this. So I'm going to put you with your friends, the other samples down here, Amouage. We will get to you very soon. So one unboxing down. And 3 to go. Bri, I don't think your package is amongst the packages we have to unbox today, but this, all right, we got another one. Let's open these bad boys up, eh? It's past Duck's bedtime. Yes, that's right. Oh, that sucks, man. Hope you feel better. A little sleep will do you good. Let's see. Yeah. All right. We got the handy dandy unboxing knife. Let's see what's in this. I honestly don't know which one's which, so each one's kind of a surprise. So we're going to unbox these, and then we're going to do some Bortnikoff early impressions. That'll be fun. Some Bortnikoff early impressions. We're just going to do like a sailor. Chop this box open. Oh, look at this. It's filled with hay. I'm excited. I like unboxings, you know, especially when you don't know which one's in which box. What are you? Ah, yes, I remember which one you are. Okay. This is a good one. This is for the vintage animals. This is, man, there's like this straw stuff everywhere. Okay. So this is, let me clean up some of the straw before it gets in everything. Okay, you go with your box friends. I'll deal with you in a moment. All right, so these are vintages. And yesterday, before my video, I unboxed this little rascal right here. See if I can find it. Where did I put it? It was this. I unboxed Etienne Eigner #1, and I said, this is discontinued. By the way, I wore it to bed, and this is very good. And so what I did is I got #2, Etienne Eigner #2. And this is a vintage bottle. You can see the short ingredient list right now. But I noticed that FragranceBuy.ca, and this is officially discontinued according to Parfumo, but FragranceBuy.ca has bottles of this for like 20 bucks. And I don't know if they're the new one or the vintage one or what. But this says Etienne Eigner Cosmetics GmbH. Very good. Munich. Made in EEC. The caps on these are absolute shite, though. The cap on the Eigner 1 doesn't fit. It sprays it when you push the cap down. So, and the atomizer on it is jacked. I'm going to have to decant it, I think. But I was able to squirt enough juice on my wrist last night before bed and wore it to bed, and I thoroughly enjoyed #1. So now I'm happy to have #2. #2 came out in 1976. #1 came out in 75. So since they're officially discontinued, I figured, what the hey, you know, we might as well make hay while the sun is shining, right? Damn, that sucks, guys. Hope your Fridays are better than just a killer headache. Opus 6 is good. Yes, I have a full bottle of Opus 6 right now, and I'm glad I got the older one. I'm really, really glad. I'm really loving these Opuses. Someone told me in the comments Opus 4 is also very good. So I'm trying to gather these down before, you know, the Fishman ruins Amouage. Really, that's good stuff, FCM. Costus root is not an easy material to use. So I've got this hay stuff all over from this package. I don't think I'm a fan of the hay in package, even though I'm a Ram. Hay in the package is no bueno. It's like straw and it's everywhere. Here, let me chunk this. Okay, so Etienne Eigner #2 is one from the vintage haul. Eigner #2, which came out again in 76. It's discontinued according to Parfumo. And it's lavender, bergamot, clary sage, lemon, fern, geranium, heliotrope, iris rose, sandalwood, vetiver, cedarwood, labdanum, oak moss, musk, tonka, and vanilla. But from 76, I figure it's got to be good, right? Especially since this is an older bottle with the short ingredient list. I don't know if the newer one is still good. I don't know when this was discontinued. All I know is I saw Eigner 1 and 2 for a decent price, and I was like, I got to do it. Like, discontinued fragrances like this at a good price, I couldn't say no. And like I said, FragranceBuy.ca has these for 20 bucks. So even if it's a newer one, if it's discontinued, it might be a good buy. Okay, so the other vintage fragrance, and no one talks about this. I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about this, but I do think my brother across the pond, Rich Mitch, has a bottle. And he may have done an unboxing on it, but I don't think he's done an individual video on it. It's called French Line. So French Line, I don't hear anyone talk about, but I just figured sometimes I see these vintage fragrances and I want to, yes, that's right. That bottle scared the shit out of me, man. I thought for sure it was broken, and it was a vintage Alain Delon. The cap came off, and yeah, it took a nosedive. Luckily, it didn't hit what was on the other side. It hit my water bottle on the ground, and when it hit the water bottle, it kind of just fell onto the carpet. No harm, no foul. But if the water bottle wasn't there, I think there was like a plate or something, you know, that it would have hit and shattered. What's happening, brother? Thanks for joining. So, French Line. Are you guys familiar with this one? Because I am completely ignorant of it, but what a bottle. you know, and I got this for a great price. Oh shit, this is a splash. I did not know this was a splash. So, okay. It's got a great grip on it. Look at this. This is a fantastic feeling bottle in the hand. Too bad you can't spray this. French line is spicy and woody with green artemisia, basil, bergamot, coriander, lemon, carnation, orris root, jasmine, caraway, rose, amber, castoreum, leather, musk, and patchouli. Does anyone know about this? That's right. Christmas came early for the Ram. Man, you guys are rocking Bel Ami. I am blessed. I'm honored. I'm glad you guys love Bel Ami because it deserves to be loved. It's a beautiful fragrance. So in box number 2, we had French line and we had Eigner number 2. Excited to dive into these bad boys. All right, you go over there, boxes. So we got a couple more. And I think I know which one this one is, actually. I'm guessing, but I think I know what it is. Oh, damn it. This isn't even a fragrance. This is some shit my wife ordered. Oh, shit. All right. So it's not 4 packages. It's 3. Oh, damn it. Get out of here. Get out of here, whatever the hell you are. You're useless. All right. Let's get to the fragrances, bastards. All right. Box number 4. There better be a fragrance in here. I'm turning the stream off. There better be a fragrance in here. My wife tricked me with that shit. Okay. Ah, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So, there is a story, and this is another vintage for you guys, and another discontinued vintage fragrance. And I found this for a great price, and I think there might even still be bottles on eBay, but I was watching a stream by the Scented Devil on Instagram or wherever the hell he streams. European Economic Community. Thank you, Rich. I didn't know that. Does that date it to a specific time period? So I was watching a stream and with the Scented Devil, and it hit me that he mentioned something that kind of jumped out to me, and he said Rochas Mustache, the Eau de Toilette from Edmund Rudnitska, is one of his favorite Rudnitska fragrances. It's this cumin-y, you know, kind of a little similar to the way that the cumin was maybe used in Eau de Hermes. You know, it's old school mustache, old school spicy cumin, not the Eau de Parfum that smells like YSL's Tuxedo, not that one, but the vintage Eau de Toilette. And then he went a step further and he said the Eau de Toilette Concentré is his favorite version. It's like Chanel's, you know, Pour Monsieur Concentré, or I think they also did an Egoiste Cologne Concentré. So this is vintage Moustache Eau de Toilette Concentré. And how's that for cool? And what's amazing is I got this for a great price. There was 2 or 3 of them on eBay for like $39. And I was like, hell yes, I'll definitely take that. So there she is. Moustache Eau de Toilette Concentré. Do you guys know this one? I mean, it's in, look at this old school atomizer. How freaking cool is that? It looks like the cheapest 1980s plastic. And you guys who know Rochas Femme, I've seen this cap or a version of this cap before. Rochas. The cap weighs about minus a pound, but I don't give a shit. It smells amazing from the atomizer, and it's discontinued, and it's a freaking Edmund Rudnitska. So, I mean, for a perfume lover, how can you go wrong? How could I lose on this deal? The only way I can lose is if it was if the fragrance had turned, and it is a official citrus chypre, which is one of my least favorite categories of chypre, but it's an Edmund Rudnitska. I mean, goddamn, and there's honey in it. So unlike Eau Sauvage from 1966, which I always am a little tough on because I think it's a little bit boring, and I bet you the vintage bottles were better because it says there's cumin in there, but I never get cumin from Eau Sauvage. Moustache Eau de Toilette came out in 1949 as an eau de cologne. I'm sorry, eau de cologne. And it was like this lavender, basil, citrus chypre, basically. And since it's an Edmund Rudnitska, it's one of the best of that particular type of fragrance. And in the 40s, the late 40s, he made Roche Aspem and he made Moustache. And then in the early 50s, he made Hermes, Eau de Hermes, which is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. So I figured I had to. At $39, I had to do it. I just couldn't. I couldn't say no. So Moustache Eau de Toilette Concentré, which the Scented Devil claims is his favorite version of it. The note listing is basil, bergamot, lavender, petitgrain, lemon vervain, with a heart of carnation, geranium, honey, jasmine, rose, base of amber, oak moss, musk, tonka, vanilla, and cedar. Sounds good to me, man. Sounds very good to me. Badass bottle, too. So I'm happy. I'm happy. 3 vintage discontinued fragrances and a shitload of amouage and something my wife ordered, which tried to sneak into the fragrance unboxing pre-EU. All right, that's good stuff. Yes, man, the Eigner has some age. We need to talk more about this house Eigner, man, because it deserves to be talked about. Honestly, everything I've smelled from them is quality. I think Silver might be one of their best fragrances, but they also do not do bad fragrances. Maybe their modern stuff is bad. I saw they had a #1 oud fragrance, but I bet you it's not what we like. Nice. That's good stuff, FCM. Evening, Micah. Thanks for joining. Just don't put on any deodorant. Let the women smell your natural man musk. I have 425 mils of them. Nice. French line. That's good stuff, man. What do you think of it? Revlon French line, 125 mil. I got a great deal on this too. This was like $50. I hope there's nothing wrong with it. I just happened to score some amazing deals all of a sudden. It looks like my kind of fragrance, man. Looks like my kind of fragrance. But what we're going to do is we're going to test some of these damn new Bortnikoffs because I want to put some info out there on it. I want to put my thoughts on it. Decant it, fake news. Yes, Bri, your unboxing is coming very soon. Do not tell the people. European Economic Community. Anuj has the old G. That's good stuff, man. That's awesome. So that means it's at least before 93. I love it. That is outrageous. That is officially sponsored Ram Duck content right there. Yes, that's it. That's exactly it, FCM. As a real fraghead, you have to acquire the Rudnitskas. You just have to. If there's a Rudnitska out there that you see and you are deficient in that category, it must be corrected. Is that true? They discontinued Bel Ami Vetiver? If that's true, they are fucking morons. Because Bel Ami Vetiver is one of the best modern flankers. Maybe I think Bel Ami Vetiver might be one of the greatest flankers of all time. That is soon, very soon, my friend. We had to do the unboxing. Now we're going to talk about some Bortnikoff. So I guess let's start with Cologne de Fa. This is the new one. I'm going to spray Cologne de Fa on the left wrist. I'm going to write this down because God knows, I'll forget since I don't know these very well. Let's say Cologne de Pho, left wrist. All right, let's do this. Let's spritz away. Let's let that settle, shall we? By the way, since I am an honest man, I will just remind you guys that this is thanks to my buddy Lee from Frangnanimous, which is basically where I get all my Bortnikoffs from. Oh, that is man, that opening reminded me of almost like a lemon tart mixed with a cleaning product. I do not like this opening. Oh, it's very sharp, extremely sharp, like you're all right, now it's kind of turning rindy. So it's like extremely bitter citruses, like a lemon tart. Little bit of cleaning product vibe in there in the opening, though. It's starting to dissipate, though. It only is in the first couple seconds, luckily. Now it's mostly the bitter citruses, which I like. I like bitter citruses, but I do not like the cleaning product vibe that it gave me originally. I don't know if that was the Petit Grand or what. Yes, that's right. You're right, FCM. Good. I'm glad French Line's a love for you guys, man. That means if I'm sniffing down the path of fragrances Rich, Mitch, and Jonathan have, I'm moving I'm moving in my lane. It's gonna be stuff I like. So yeah, I hadn't really heard much about French Line either. You don't hear very many people talk about it. So this is almost like this very bitter, citrusy, blood orange cologne, this Cologne de Pho by Bortnikoff. And now some of the fruitiness is starting to come through. So there's raspberry and tea. It literally reminds me of like a strudel. I know I said a tart earlier, like a lemon tart, but now I'm being reminded of a strudel. And I can't believe that word just popped in my head, but strudel is a perfect word for this fragrance. I would never have guessed this was a Bortnikoff, honestly. But to be fair, this is him kind of going into a different category. And I have to give both him and Russian Adam credit. They both, they both are willing to try new things. They're willing to experiment. They're willing to go all over, and that's something that Russian Adam said, and I really admire him for that. And it looks like Bortnikoff is kind of the same with these colognes. I mean, this is kind of a ballsy release for him. He did a fragrance called Amber Cologne, which I think is more in that cologne style, but it also kind of gives a nod to the Bortnikoff DNA because there's real oud in there and there's real ambergris and it smells so posh. I would wear Amber Cologne by Bortnikoff over Cologne de Pho any day of the week. This is for somebody who loves citruses. This is a fruity citrus bomb is basically what this is. It is, I can't, if you're talking about Bellamy Vetiver, I can't believe that. If that's true. Did they also discontinue Equipage Geranium then? If they discontinued one flanker, did they do another? Rocabar and Eau de Hermes are never in stock. That's really sad to see because that means that they're not honoring their past. It's like they are, I know they want to kind of move forward and make money on the new stuff like H24, and I get that, and I get Christine Nagel is trying to kind of form her own, blaze her own path, but fuck, I mean, letting go of or just, almost ignoring your past, which made you what you are, Hermes. I think they're going down a scary, slippery slope, to be honest. Yeah, honestly, I didn't even know about these new Bortnikoffs either, except for Russian Adam sent me a WhatsApp message and said he was in to Dubai recently at an exposition at an event, and Bortnikoff was at one table and Russian Adam was at another, and so they were right next to each other at this exposition. And Lee from Frangnanimous reached out to me and said, "Hey man, do you want to smell the new Bortnikoffs?" I was like, "Of course." Send them on, baby. And so he was very kindly sent me these. And I saw the notes. Like, here's the full notes on Cologne de Feu. Bitter orange, blood orange, Litsea cubiba, tangerine, lemon, petitgrain, raspberry, tea, jasmine, peach sorbet. So there is a little weird sorbet, I said strudel. Cedar, sandalwood, guyakwood, Terminalia elliptica. I have no clue what the fuck that is. Oak moss. What is Terminalia elliptica? I'm gonna have to look this up. I'm sure someone's writing it in the comment right now, going, just read the comment, idiot. But I'm gonna look it up. Terminalia elliptica. Species of what is this? Well, it's a tree, it looks like. What is it? Crocodile bark? The bark is fire resistant. That's cool. Welcome, Antonio. Glad to have you, my friend. Yes, Rich Mitch has some of those square Rochas Femmes. They look amazing. It's a beautiful bottle. I have a small version of it. Not much, but I have a small version of it. Here, let me grab it real quick. It's like a mini version of your square bottle. Looks like this, right? This is the Parfum, the pure Parfum. And I like this. But you know what? I like the Parfum de Toilette even better, believe it or not. But yeah, this bottle's really cool. This Rochas Femme is really cool. So, what is this wood, though? The wood is used for furniture, cabinet work, joinery, paneling, specialty items, boat building, railroad, cross ties. It's cultivated in China. In Buddhism, the tree is said to have been used as a tree of enlightenment for Buddhists. Interesting. So this fragrance is yes, they absolutely should. I don't know what the hell they're doing, man. But Cologne de Feu has this actually I originally said tart and then I said strudel, and I'm gonna say sorbet is actually the perfect word for it. There's like this raspberry peach sorbet with lots of citruses in the top. And Bortnikoff is basically playing the same game Roja played with that Litsea cubiba. Litsea cubiba is like this flower that extends citrus notes. It makes you feel that the citrus is going on and on and on, because usually the citrus notes are very volatile and they evaporate very quickly. And Litsea cubiba makes them feel like they extend much further into the dry down than they really do. So nice. That's good stuff, Terry. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Antonio. Let me catch up on some of these comments. Yes, do not work too hard, my friend. Crocodile wood, that's an oud-like adjunct. Really? Did you try Bortnikoff's Oud Cologne? No, I don't think I've tried Oud Cologne. Oud Cologne, and I think they also had like Let me see here. Bortnikoff, cologne, Bortnikoff. Can't spell all of a sudden. Bortnikoff. There we go. So, Oud Cologne 2021. No, I have not tried Oud Cologne. I think he did another cologne I really wanted to try. Interesting. So the crocodile wood could kind of be like his way of kind of having a little bit of that oud feel without actually being oud. That's interesting. I never knew that, FCM. I'm gonna have to talk to Russian Adam about that. That's good stuff. Moss cologne. That's it. That's the other one. And musk cologne. So I haven't tried any of them. I haven't tried oud cologne. I haven't tried moss cologne. I haven't tried musk cologne, but I love amber cologne. Amber cologne is a pure love for me. Because amber cologne is almost like ambergris. It's almost like you're smelling real ambergris in the dry down, which you are. I think there's brown and white ambergris in amber cologne. All right, let's put Cologne Celeste next on the list. Cologne Celeste. And this is going to be right wrist. All right, let's give this a spritz, shall we? Let's spray away. All right, what do we get here? Oof. I don't like the openings on any of these, man. They all smell so cleaner like. They've got this cleaner like vibe. I do not like the opening of that at all. Absolutely at all. I actually like this one's opening better because it turns I like Cologne de Fuzz opening better because it turns bitter. And even though it has that peach sorbet note in it, the bitterness is still there, and I like this. This Cologne Celeste. Oh shit! It's almost like God. It's almost like smelling spices and citruses. What spices am I thinking of? Oh God. Have you guys ever had a margarita and there's like these not the salt that they put on it, but there are some places that, at least down in Texas, like when we used to go to Corpus Christi and close to the Mexican border, they would give you like this special mixture of spices and salt that many of the Hispanic people would, would kind of put around the rim of their margaritas instead of just salt. And it had this lime, it had this citrus and spice combo thing going on, and that's what this is reminding me of. But the first couple minutes on my skin, it really smells like cleaner. I do not like the openings of these. Even now, the Cologne de Fug gives off a little bit of a cleaner, not cleaner as in, cleanliness, but cleaner as in like, floor cleaner. Or that's always a risk when you use citruses. You never want it to smell like Viking Cologne by Creed gave off this toilet bowl cleaner. And man, I don't know. I don't know about these Bortnikoff, man. I don't know where you're going with these, to be honest with you. So this one is lemon, Litsea cubiva, citron, and pink grapefruit. I think these are like the kryptonite to Rich Mitch. This is everything Rich hates, and I honestly don't like them either. Red mandarin orange in the heart with blood orange, damask rose, beeswax, cedar, sandalwood, pine, and oak moss. Maybe when it gets to the cedar, sandalwood, pine, and oak moss, it'll be different. But God, oh man, that is brutal opening. Oh, it's Lysol-esque, um, spicy Lysol-esque Bortnikoffs. Oh God, these are not good. I'm sorry. I wish I could say otherwise, but these are. It's not that they're not my style. They are not good. Um, It seemed the other shape bottles were difficult to determine whether they were before or after reformulation 89 by Crest. Yes, in which the cumin was supposedly added. I like the cumin though. That's the thing is, so I've got a Parfum de Toilette, and I can't tell whether it was before or after 89 either, to be honest with you. All I know is it's Parfum de Toilette, which means it's either late 80s or early 90s. I don't care which, to be honest with you, but I love that stuff. But I hear you as far as it's hard to tell exactly which version you're getting. Drop me an email, Antonio. Drop me an email. And my email's in the description of all my videos. And just drop me an email. I'll give you my PO box. JK Delop Phoenix Perfumes on Etsy. Doodoo Nose has Crockwood for sale. Dodo Nose has Crockwood for sale for reference. Really interesting. Honestly, I think maybe I've heard the term crocodile wood, but I've never put two and two together. So yeah, I think these are I don't think these are gonna do good, man. I mean, maybe they will. Maybe people will love them. Maybe in the summer heat they smell amazing. And I know it's December right now. We're talking about these colognes, but even if it was, it's 65 degrees in my house. By the way, if you're, uh, do not keep your house above 65 degrees in the winter. For all you real men out there, 62 to 65 is the optimal temperature. That's a little ram tip. Um, if you're one of these guys that keeps your house on 80 in the winter, you're just a pervert. I'm sorry. Uh, it should be cold. You need cold. You need a cool brain to think and sleep. Your brain has to cool down to sleep. But these are not good, man. They are not good at all. If you stuck this under my nose blind and I didn't know these were Bortnikoffs and you told me after the fact, after I bashed them, they were Bortnikoffs, I would be shocked. He made Dodo from Zoologist. Okay, I've heard of that. I've never smelled it though. That's it. You're making the big bucks, man. 70. No way. You can't keep it 70. That's way too hot. I'd have to sleep in the bed with no blankets. I gotta have it cold, man. And what's funny is even in the summers, I have to keep my house on 67 to 68 max. If it's 1 degree above 68, I can't sleep. It has to be cold. And in the Texas summers, that means big AC bills. But I got to do it. I gotta keep my house cold, man. It turns into like a must, one of those first world problem musts. Like I just can't sleep without it. No fans though. I don't want the fan blowing. I just want it to be cold from the AC. I want to be able to see my breath. Man, this is not good at all. This is bad. It is very bad. It's bad. And maybe if you're a citrus fiend, you'll really love these. These are first impressions. I will preface that. These are first impressions, but you know, uh, I don't know. I don't know who signed off on these or who gave them the green light. Let's try the last one. Cologne de la Terre. I've got high hopes for this one. One of them has to be good, right? They can't. The whole trio of colognes can't be shite, can it? I think they're extra colognes. I think they're extra. Okay, sorry. He created a new term, extra de cologne. He's been watching too much Roja with the parfum cologne thing. Extra de cologne. What the hell is that? 70 all year long. And does anyone else keep their house in the 60s? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you people? you got to keep your cologne safe. Safe, cooler weather. Don't let it be too hot in your house. You know, think of the cologne. Think of your fellow friends, the bottles that live amongst you. It's like a computer, right? They got to be cold to operate. Um, so this final one, Cologne de la Terre or Cologne de la Terre, that sounds better than Terre. Cologne de la Terre is bergamot, Lycia cubiba, and pear with green apple, saffron, and beeswax, ambergris, Siberian deer musk, and sandalwood. This is going to be the winner. This has to be the winner because Cologne Celeste is one of the worst things I've ever smelled. It is very, very bad. And Cologne de Feu has this weird, bitter peach sorbet thing going. First, I thought it smelled like a tart. Then I thought it smelled like a strudel. Now I've settled on peach sorbet. It's just this weird combo of bitterness and, you know, weird, fruity, woody thing. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of either, but I hate Cologne Celeste. You can put that in the hate category. So Cologne de la Terre, all of our hopes and dreams are riding on you. You guys will put your frags in the fridge? You know, I heard that it can be actually bad because if you put them in the fridge, they have to stay in the fridge. That's the thing. So it can be good long term, but you're not supposed to put it in the fridge, take it out of the fridge. Put it in the fridge, take it out of the fridge. So if you wanted to wear a fragrance that was in your fridge, you would have to take it out of the fridge, spray it, put it back in right away. Like it has to live the rest of its life in the fridge now. I don't know how I feel about that. Because sometimes I like to take my fragrances with me to work. Sometimes I'll just bring the bottle, you know? So I'm torn. I'm torn on that one. All right, let's try this Cologne de la Terre. Come on, baby. You have to be good. Don't let daddy down. Come on. Oh, come on. One of them has to be good, right? Right? I mean, the vintage unboxing at least was good. The vintage unboxing early on in the stream was good. So at least it's a good stream, even if all three fragrances suck. But man, I hope that's not the case. Okay, this is probably the best of the bunch. It is. I don't know if that's saying much, but it's the best of the bunch. It's a the bergamot and the pear mixing is nice, but there's still this cleaner vibe, even but it's under the surface. It's right in your face with Cologne Celeste. It's really in your face. Cologne de Feu, the cleaner vibe has gone away, but that weird bitter sweet thing, I'm not digging it. But this one, this is good. Cologne de la Terre is good. Bergamot, Lycia cubiba, pear, green apple, saffron, beeswax, ambergris, real Siberian deer musk, and sandalwood. Extrait de cologne concentration. That's more my style. I would assume that this line is not going to do that well. I mean, this one has real Siberian deer musk in the base and real ambergris, it looks like, but none of them have oud. It's calling. And if you wanted an ambery cologne, why wouldn't you just buy amber cologne by Bortnikoff or something like that? Nice. That's good stuff, Terry. So that's the crocodile wood, eh? Cologne de la Terre is my favorite for sure. It's a good pair. You don't find very many good pear fragrances. What was a good pear fragrance? Was it Dior's Higher? Was that a good pear? Was it Dior's Higher that was a good pear fragrance? Do you guys remember? I think it was. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna verify it myself. Let's see. Dior's Higher. Dior's Higher. Except for this is like burning the inside of my elbow. Good fragrance though. If you can put up with the burning. 2001 Dior Higher. Yeah, pear, peach, citrus, basil, spices, rosemary, cypress, pear tree wood, and musk. So not happy with Rochas's reform. For which one? I'm curious, which one? Is it Mustache you're talking about, or Rochas Femme? Rochas Femme you're talking about, right? Olivier Cresp's? Olivier Cresp's reform? Man, this is burning the shit out of the inside of my elbow. Like, what is in here? Sulfuric acid? It smells good though. I don't think I have any cuts on the inside of my arm there. There is there oak moss in this? Was Ifer right all along? No, there's no oak moss. Maybe I had a cut there or something. Yeah, so very sprightly, zesty bergamot in the opening, and I really like that. I like this one. I like the opening. There is that slight undertone of forest floor cleaner, but it's underneath the surface, and you can really appreciate the beauty of the pear. There's not many very good pear fragrances. I think Slumber House had one, but I've never smelled it. So I would say Dior's Higher is probably my go-to pear fragrance. But Cologne de la Terre is good. It's not bad. There is a little bit of this sweetness that's coming through underneath, though, that I can't say I care for. I'm not liking the sweetness. Maybe that's the beeswax coming through, which normally I like. But it's a strange combination, I must admit. Bergamot, Litsea cubiba, pear, green apple, saffron, beeswax, ambergris, Siberian deer musk, and sandalwood. That's a weird combo, wouldn't you guys say? I mean, I don't know. Is anyone excited about these after I bashed them? Um, okay, I do have to say, Cologne Celeste is finally starting to settle down. That terrible combo of that Mexican, margarita spicy salt around, like a spicy salt around margarita has dissipated, thank God. And now it's okay. The heart of Cologne Celeste is nice. The opening was god awful, but now that we're starting to kind of get into the heart, and I can smell the rose now, the Damask rose must be coming through. And it is okay. It is nice now. I will, even though I said I hated Cologne Celeste, I hate the opening. That's the problem with early impressions is these fragrances will change, especially on skin. Yeah, I think the pear is still probably the most interesting one. Even though I don't know what the dry down smells like, the fact that it's got the real ambergris and Siberian deer musk probably makes it a little bit of a winner. Creed Pure White Cologne. Is it this one? I think I have a decant of that. I'm going to do a video on it soon before it's all gone. I found this in my Creed Pure White Cologne. Yeah, I found this the other day in my stash of decants. And I wore it to bed the other day. Honestly, it's really boring. It has pear in it, FCM. Pear and white musk, say, for $1,000. Who's not lining up for that? So what else have you guys been wearing? Anyone have any No way. Everything was sold out, Antonio. That's crazy. Um, that is absolutely insane. Everything. Fragrance and samples. Went to go buy. Oh, you went to go buy a full bottle last night? Everything was sold out? Man, I wonder if he's doing really well because I mean, all you have to do is smell them, right? You smell them, and they're amazing. They really are amazing creations. I need to talk more about that house. I just have so many to talk about. I'm glad we did all of these like combined, because if I wore one of these as my scent of the day, I would have been pissed the hell off. Even though it's nice, I couldn't make this my scent of the day. This is way too boring for me. Yes, I know. Fragrance Journey. I know Fragrance Journey loves Mayo Frashini. Um, I've never smelled a single one in my life. Fishbowl mode. Oh, I'm underwater again. Let me see. Am I connected to the Wi-Fi still? I am. I don't know why it does that, honestly. Um, StreamYard needs to fix their shit. Yeah, I influence all of the every single one of the Pine Wards are gone. It's all my fault. Chanel Biarritz is close to Pure White Cologne. Really, I didn't know that. Yeah, Pure White Cologne is a joke for $1,000. I mean, is it nice? Yeah, you could make the case that it is nice, but is it $1,000 nice? Absolutely not. It's a boring, simple cologne. Yeah, that's how it's going to be like this for like a couple minutes, and then it'll fix itself. So one thing that Rich Mitch said that kind of caught my attention is the new Parfum d'Empire, which is called Vetiver Bourbon. And he said he really liked it. I've never sniffed it before. But he said it was like Fat Electrician, but better. And since I don't have a bottle of Fat Electrician, I very well may go for a bottle of Vetiver Bourbon, but I'll wait until it hits discounters. I can be patient on that front. I like Cologne Deletere. It's a good pair. I can't say other than yours higher. I can really think of many good pair fragrances is the thing. Let's see what other pair fragrances are floating around the universe. There's a Ultramall has pear. Everyone run out and go buy Ultramall. Angelique Noir, which I've never smelled, but I think, do I have a sample of Angelique Noir? Derlon sent me some samples when I bought that Shalimar Millesime Tonka, and it's not that good, to be honest with you. They sent me Queer Beluga, Wanda Harmony, and Iris Torrepi. I've never smelled Angelique Noir, which is crazy. I should. Kirk by Tiziana Terenzi has pear. Never smelled it. Un Jardin sur le Toit, which I actually have a decant of, has pear. That's right. That's the other pear. Toy Boy has pear, interestingly enough. Nice. Appreciate that, Antonio. It's very kind of you, my friend. Thank you. You like them, Jonathan? Text me later. Tell me what your favorites are. Maybe I'll put them on the to sniff list. I'm actually really liking what Cologne Celeste is turning into, believe it or not. It went from a hate to a like. I really like the mid and the base, but the top is absolutely horrific. I mean, you have to plug your nose for 30 minutes if you're going to wear this Cologne Celeste. But I like what it's turning into, this red, orangey, beeswax, rose, sandalwood, pine, and oak moss. And I don't like what Cologne de Fa is turning into. So I liked kind of the opening of Cologne de Fa because it was bitter, but I don't like what it's turning into. And I didn't like the opening of Cologne Celeste because it was terrible. And now I'm liking what it's turning into. And the pear one is just a nice pear. It's a nice pear fragrance. So Moschino Toy Boy has pear. Not many pear fragrances out there, are there? I can't really. Roja's Qatar has pear. I don't think I've ever smelled that one. Gucci and Tenzood has pear. Okay, Havas by Rosazzi has pear. So there's a couple, but yeah, not too many. So this, if you're a big pear fan, I guess this Bortnikoff wouldn't be too shabby to grab, but I'm kind of liking the dry note of this Cologne Celeste. That just goes to show you really got to give stuff away sometimes. Got some classics for my Black Friday haul. Lagerfeld versus Femazaro Core. I'm very excited. Yes, yes, absolutely. And if you really like them, like if you try it and you're like, man, Azaro is like for me 100%. Go hunt the vintage. It's even better. Lagerfeld Classic or Lagerfeld Cologne over Lagerfeld Classic is even better. And then the older bottles of Rochas Femme, sometimes you can find, like I found my Parfum de Toilette for like 30 bucks. And it's an older version. So they're out there. Yeah, Pure White for the price is a joke. Costco had it cheap and I bought it. Nice summer trips. How cheap was it at Costco? Isn't it weird that Costco gets creeds? Isn't that weird to you? I always found that weird. But I think Creed should be forced to take this 1760 off of all of their marketing. Can I show you right there? I think they should be forced to take that 1760 off and put like Pierre Bourdon's signature on all of them. Dior Homme has pear. Which one? Which Dior Homme? Not the original silver stem that I have. Not the intense. Not the Parfum. Is it one of the reforms that Demachi did? Dior Homme 2011. I don't see pear. Tell me which one you're thinking, FCM. Maybe the Sport. Balenciaga for Home. Yes, absolutely. Yes, they are full bottle worthy. I'm telling you, they are absolutely full bottle worthy. 100%. Rachel, welcome. So good to see you. How's your evening going? Happy Friday. Luke. Okay. Yeah. Good stuff, Jonathan. Text me. Text me later. Let me know what you're thinking. I think he had the Pine Ward site shut down. Everything appeared sold. Looks like all items are available now. There you go. He's restocked up. That's good stuff, Perry. Perry. Little Song is also good. Never smelled it. Odor 93. 150 for 75. Never smelled Biarritz, but I do have a very good Chanel that is not in my collection on the way, thanks to a friend in the community, let's say. Rachel appeared with JJ. I missed that one. I missed that, Rachel. Oh, that's good stuff, Mike. That is very good. Yes, that's right. That's the starting price of all creeds. They've reduced it to 50 mils. Or Roche's Creation E. I love Creation E. Honestly, it's one of the best cognacs. The other great cognac you have to try, if you've never tried it, Terry, if you like cognac, if you like liqueur, is Amouage Overture Man. It is stunning. Apple. Official fruit note is pear. Interesting. In just the is it like Dior Homme 2020 or is which Dior Homme? Because I don't think there's any. I'm looking here. I don't see any pear note, but maybe Parfumo is just wrong. Dior Homme. So I've got the silver stem from 2005, and they don't list any pear note there. They've got bergamot, lavender, sage, amber, iris, cacao, cardamom, leather, patchouli, and vetiver. But I'll hunt for a pear note next time. Yeah, I like Enigma. Oh, gee, the silver stem has pear. Okay, I'm gonna hunt for it next time. I never picked that up before. I always thought that Dior's Higher was the only real pear fragrance to go for, but good to know. Yeah, which one did you test? Which one did you test, pal? Was it the Parfum Cologne or the Parfum? Well, I was excited to try these Bortnikoffs, but they're kind of a letdown. So now I'm excited to try these vintages I unwrapped before you got here. I unboxed a vintage French line, which is long discontinued from the mid 80s, 1984 to be exact. Don't know who the perfumer is though, but this is Artemisia and basil, bergamot, coriander, lemon, carnation, old school carnation, 70s, 80s carnation, which I love. And there's this leathery dry down apparently. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about my two Eigners that I scored, Eigner #1 and Eigner #2. I wore #1 to bed, by the way. I just couldn't figure out what I did with the bottle after I wore it because I was kind of pissed off because the sprayer is shit. Ah, here it is. Yeah, so the sprayer, whenever you press the sprayer, it just like drizzles out and then it leaks out of the side. So I'm gonna have to decant this. But #1 from 1975 is actually really good. I wore it to bed. It's so 70s. It is so it's like the perfect representation of a 70s masculine. Um, so the Parfum last longer, but none of them are going to have monster projections. I think the Parfum Cologne might actually jump off the skin a little bit more, but you just have to reapply. Just do what I do. Just every 5 hours, just reapply. 4 or 5 hours, reapply. Um, Stewed fruit. Which one? Yes, Youth Dew is incredible stuff. Can you imagine? Our grandmothers smelled like that. Tabac Dore, but I gotta really think it with that price. It is an amazing tobacco, though. I will tell you that. It's probably if you said, Ramsey, you have one tobacco fragrance that you can add to your collection that you don't have, and I couldn't pick like the $10,000 bottle of Creed vintage Tabarome that was only made like in 2009 and then stopped, and it was only made in the big flacons and that's it. And I can't pick that one. I'd pick Tabac Dore. It's really good. It's a really deep tobacco. The 2011 list pair, Jonathan. Okay, good to know. Thank you. I pulled up the 2011, but I didn't see pear and Parfumo. Maybe one of the other. Yeah, it's not listed in Parfumo on the 2011 either. But maybe Damashi added it in one of his reforms. I loved Your Own though, man. I think it's one of the best. It's a Bortnikoff. Yeah, it's a Bortnikoff. Bortnikoffs are great, although I don't know about this new collection. It is the DHI. Okay. I got you. Yes. Thank you, Jonathan. That's right. That makes sense. Absolutely. What do you guys prefer? Do you prefer Dior Homme, the original, Dior Homme Intense, or Dior Homme Parfum? I think I prefer just the original Dior Homme, but I really like the Parfum. The Parfum has grown on me. I like that it just gives no fucks. It's just this in-your-face, leathery, with a touch of oud. Thank you, my friend. Ramsey the Ram Smells Good is my Instagram. But I don't post. I just have a couple pictures up. But if you want to send me a message, it's an easy way to do it on Instagram. I think the OG is the real masterpiece too. Long ago, Eugene did a video saying, was Dior Homme supposed to be a Chanel? It kind of does smell like a Chanel, doesn't it? It smells like Olivier Pols kind of stole a recipe from under Jacques Pol's nose while he was at Chanel. And it doesn't seem like something Dior would put out. It's so posh and elegant. It's such a high class fragrance. You could wear that on a freaking tux and fit right in. You know what I mean? It's amazing. I'm a huge fan. But I agree with Shoegazer. Welcome to our little community, by the way, my friend. Glad to be found. We're just a bunch of fragrance nuts, really. And pretty much none of my stuff is sponsored. Today's deal is sponsored by Frangnanimous, but he's not a brand. He's just a cool guy that has a fragrance shop. And he doesn't give a shit what I say about these, so I can say they suck. And they kind of do. This is probably the most disappointing Bortnikoff experience I've ever had. And I'm glad I did them all in one video, because if I did one video for each of these, I'd have been pissed off that I had to smell like this all day just to do a video on each one of these, because they're not worth the time, doesn't seem like. So, I mean, I guess because I'm not sponsored, I can say stuff like that. So I hope you guys appreciate that. That was pretty much the whole point of why I started this channel. I was so sick and tired of everyone being like, oh, it's the greatest thing of all time and it's beast mode and I get so many compliments, bro. And, then you go buy it and you're like, what the fuck is this? I just got played. Am I a mark here? Do you guys think I'm a sucker? And, Rich, Mitch, and I were talking a lot, and they were like, you just have to dude, you got to start a channel, man. And at first I was like, no, actually, I don't want to start a channel because I didn't want the responsibility. I kind of enjoyed just being able to wear whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. The one thing about a channel is I feel like I'm constantly kind of testing stuff. And, back in the day, I could just wear Antaeus 5 days in a row and who gives a shit? No one cared. Now I feel like I get to wear Antaeus once and then I immediately have to pivot and try something else. And part of me enjoys the discovery process, and part of me kind of hates I mean, it's never ending. You could wear a different you could wear a fragrance here, fragrance here, fragrance here, fragrance here, fragrance here, fragrance here, and for the rest of your life, and you would never make a dent in the amount of fragrances that are put out. It is just 1,000 releases a year, and most of it's shit is the problem. Most of it is absolutely shit. You have to hunt for that diamond in the rough, whereas in the old days there weren't 1,000 releases, there were 100, and there were still some shit, but a lot of it was, I feel, much better. And so I'm really a vintage head at heart. So they are, you'll have to go back and watch my early impressions on them. They're not good. I mean, the cologne, I'll just go back and give a brief kind of overview. So the Cologne de Feu started out very bitter, and I actually really liked the bitterness about Cologne de Feu. That was a good feature of it. But it kind of started out with this cleaning product like vibe. So it was like bitterness with cleaning product. And then came this like raspberry tea sorbet, peach sorbet smell, this sweet peach sorbet. So imagine cleaning product, lemony cleaning product with bitter citruses, which the bitter citruses are the best part of the Cologne de Feu to me. And the dry down apparently has this Terminalia elliptica wood, which is known as crocodile wood. And we were just talking about it with some of the guys in the chat earlier. But sometimes perfumers, I guess, use it to supplement oud. There's no oud here. So it's just the Terminalia elliptica wood with cedar wood and sandalwood and guaiac wood and oak moss, but it's not good. It's, it's like I like the opening and I don't like what it's turned into right now. I just have much higher expectations for Bortnikoff, and I think if you guys could smell this with me, you would too. And the Cologne Celeste, so the Cologne Celeste, this one right here, this one is the one I absolutely hated in the opening because it was almost like citrus and cleaner, citrus cleaner smell again, but this time with like margarita salt with spices. Many times when I was like in South Texas in South Padre or something like that, and if you would get a margarita, instead of just giving you salt, they would give you this like mixture of spices and salt. And that's what it kind of smelled like in the opening, and I hated it. I really did not like the opening, but I kind of liked what it started to turn into in the heart because there's this rosy beeswax note in the base is again cedar, sandalwood, pine, oak moss, and so I thought that as it dried, it was starting to get nicer. But again, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling Cologne Celeste at all. And then fine, these are all Cologne extrait de Cologne concentration, by the way. Cologne de la Terre is probably the best of the bunch, but it starts out with a beautiful sprightly bergamot and pear, and it starts out fantastic, and you're like, damn, this is going to be a good pear fragrance. But now it's almost turning into this sickly, sticky, sweet pear, and I don't like that. Even though it has the real Siberian deer musk and sandalwood, no way could I wear this. I could not wear this as my scent of the day. I would want to scrub it off immediately. It's just they're not my thing. They're really not. If you blindfolded me and told me to smell these, I'd say the same thing. And if you told me they were Bortnikoffs, I wouldn't believe you. I would not believe you. They are shocking. Maybe they're not for the regular Bortnikoff crowd. Maybe he's trying to branch out to the people who wouldn't buy his ouds or real musks, which are the ones we love. Yes, that's right. Man, you're wearing my kind of fragrances. Traditional Fahrenheit. My favorite fragrance of all time is Bel Ami. Runner up is probably Antaeus or Koros or those. You're in my era, man. Anything from the '80s is my era. Yeah, I know what you mean. Um, that is a gem and a good call because earlier they were saying that Bel Ami Vetiver is discontinued. If that's true, that is if that's true, that is an absolute tragedy. And if they remove Bel Ami Vetiver, I'm also wondering, did they remove the flanker that Jean-Claude Elena did of Equipage Geranium, because that was actually very good. I almost like that better than Equipage, and I have a vintage old school bottle from the 70s of Equipage. And so for them to remove those flankers, which I thought were some of the best flankers those were examples of what a flanker should be. They harkened back to the classic fragrance. They gave it a salute, but they also kind of sort of did their own thing in a modern way. Very wearable, and they both really kept my attention for a long time. So if they're discontinued, that's a shame, honestly. I still don't see the appeal from, is that Fragrance Du Bois you're talking about, FDB? I've never smelled a Fragrance Du Bois. I think the brand is a complete shit show, personally. So I am not a fan. I mean, if Fragrance Du Bois is watching and they're willing to send me some free bottles, I'll give you my thoughts on them, and I'll be honest because I don't give a shit if they give me any more. But I've never sipped one. So I mean, if anyone has any juice and wants to send me a little decant or something, I'll talk about it. But I'll never be buying a full bottle of Fragrance Du Bois. There are a ton of people that can get you Bel Ami. Drop me an email after this, and I'll sort you out. I'll sort you out with somebody. I heard it's getting hard to find, Julio, which is a shame. Which is an absolute shame. 10 reviewers now, or 10 reviews. Yeah, well, I guess I'm gonna have to wrap this up. Sorry that the Bortnikoffs were a disappointment, but sometimes that's how it goes, you know. I can't say when Lee from, by the way, shout out to Lee from Frangnanimous again for sending these to me. There's his little, I've talked about him on the channel before, but come on, man. Why won't you focus? Why won't you focus? Lee from Frangnanimous. There he is. Frangnanimous.com. So he was like, hey, man, do you want to smell the new Bortnikoffs? And I was like, hell yeah. And then I saw what they were, and I was like, what the F is this? And my what the F is this thought was actually the right thought, because these are not Bortnikoffs. I mean, you could just completely skip these. Just act like they never happened. You'll have more respect for the Bortnikoff brand. But I do still love Dimitri's work. I mean, his other stuff with the Oud and the Real Musk and, Lao Oud, Oud Monarch, Oud Maximus, Musk Khabib, Chypre du Nord, Amber Cologne. Those are the type of fragrances from him I really love. If you're going to go the cologne route, go Amber Cologne. But I would love to smell the others that some of the other people in the chat were saying are amazing, like Musk Cologne, Oud Cologne. But I never have. But that's probably more to our tastes, fragrance lovers' tastes, rather than, what they're putting out here with Cologne de la Terre, Cologne de Fa, and Cologne Celeste. So that's my take. I hope you guys appreciated the unboxing. You will be seeing some of these on me being worn very soon, most likely. I need to get some wearings in. And I need to decant French line. That's a cool ass bottle. This rubber thing is so comfortable in the hand, man. It's like made for my hand. Look at this, perfect. I need to decant this. I didn't realize it was a splash. So yes, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Hour and a half stream. I guess we should kind of call it here. What's up, brother? Thanks for joining. It's good to see you. I was just kind of wrapping up. But go back and watch the stream if you guys are interested. Well, let's see what you guys are saying before we shut down. Let me catch up on the comments. Even bottling cap and everything, yeah, fake luxury. That's what everyone says. Yes, Fragrance Dubois has that. They have that appeal. I don't know, man. I honestly, I guess I can't talk shit because I've never smelled them before. But I just don't get on with the aesthetic. I don't get on with what the brand is trying to project. And the whole thing with Aaron Terrence Hughes, where he said, I don't think there's any oud in here, and Fragrance Dubois' lawyers sent him a letter forcing him to recant that statement. And then he got on there and read that statement like he was held at gunpoint, and then he went and tested the fragrance that they basically claimed there was real oud in there, and there was like 0.01% real oud or something. And he's like, what the fuck? I mean, there's no oud in here, basically. I mean, there is. Legally, you can say there's real oud in here, but there's really not, And ever since I heard about that story, I was like, screw Fragrance Dubois. Like, it's not my thing. Would love to hear your opinion on modern formulations of Mantea still worth. I've never smelled, need to try. I have never smelled the modern. Well, actually, I take that back. I have smelled the modern, but it was like in passing. I've never smelled it where I can like really concentrate on it. It was like at a department store or something in passing. But I've never smelled the modern like where I can really focus on it. My two bottles are one from the 80s with the original eau de toilette above the Chanel and the silver atomizer and the silver on top of the cap, and one and one that is probably 20-ish years old that's still a silver atomizer, but the eau de toilette is beneath Chanel and the top of the cap is black, and I love them both. Honestly, I absolutely love them both. But the new one is different. It is changed. the black atomizer, the most recent formulation. But here's the thing about Chanel. They don't do bad reformulations, period. They don't, okay? You will not find a bad Chanel reformulation, I don't think. It's just not going to be the Antaeus of old with the castoreum that's going to really punch you in the face, the metallic castoreum that everyone loves. It's not going to give you that animalic 80s growl. You know what I mean? It's going to be much more wearable. Yeah, I mean, the modern is much more wearable, like Pal's saying. So New York Fifth Avenue is a banger. Is that oh, Eugene. Oh, those are fighting words, baby. Come on. Let's go. That is unacceptable, sir. Those kind of fragrances, those kind of comments will get you banned from this channel. Equipage Geranium is a stunner. I love Equipage Geranium. I think it is, I actually like it even more than Equipage, I think. Now, I will say Equipage Geranium greater than Equipage, but Bel-Ami Vetiver greater than Bel-Ami? No, absolutely not. That is, those are fighting words, Eugene. Amber Cologne is a masterpiece. It's probably, if you want to smell like posh in the heat, you throw on some Amber Cologne, you'll smell like $1 million. I don't know, man. I mean, Bel-Ami Vetiver is good, but it's a little bit sweeter than Bel-Ami, and it doesn't have that old school 80s masculine, like punch you in the face, you know? They made it a little bit more modern. It still gives a good, you know, salute to Bel-Ami, but that Vetiver makes it a little bit more modern, easy to wear. So yes, that's it. That's it. That's it. Friday pretty regularly. I know it's just sporadic, completely sporadic. The wife went to go see her friends with for a kid play date, so I had some free time. So yes, welcome Anuj. Good to see you, brother. Glad you're here, my friend. Anuj has a package being sent to the Ram household right now. So more unboxings, more Christmas presents for Ram. Do not mess with Rachel. That's right. I do love the frangipani. I love the way that Bortnikoff uses like lotus and frangipani and these, you know, off the beaten path florals. I'll agree with that, but it is not better than Bel-Ami. Bel-Ami just towers over Bel-Ami Vetiver. I'm sorry, man. It just, truth is truth here. Tom Ford Black Orchid. Is that the one that's supposed to smell like, well, I'll let you look that up. I would not buy a bottle of Black Orchid, but I could appreciate it. What I do want, there is a Tom Ford actually I want Tom Ford for Men Extreme. It's discontinued. It's in that brown bottle. Jonathan talked about it when we did our live stream together. And Tom Ford for Men Extreme is on my to buy list, but it's expensive already. Nah, man, those are fighting words, Eugene. I'm sorry. I am not at your level of acceptance. I have not meditated on that. I am not okay with that statement, man. That is verboten talk on Channel Ram. You should do more lives. Yes, that's right. Well, I wanted to knock out these early impressions on the Bortnikoffs, and now I almost want to go scrub them off, to be honest with you. So I've got Tiziana Terenzi on my hands, Ursa. Now I have probably the worst 3 Bortnikoffs ever created on my wrist and the crux of my elbow. But I guess I should probably call it here now that we're caught up on the comments. An hour and 39 minutes. Appreciate everybody joining. Thanks for your support. Thanks for watching. Thanks for interacting. You guys are. You know what? We'll have to end it on that, but needless to say, Bel-Ami, you have all of this old stock of Bel-Ami, Anuj. How could you say that? You have all of this lovely vintage Bel-Ami, and Bellamy Vetiver is brilliant, but Bellamy is king. We'll end it at that. Bellamy is king. All right, guys, I got to run. Cheers. It was a pleasure chatting with everyone. Hope you enjoyed the live. Take care. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Next time, 24-hour stream next time. Peace, man.